with Near. And Flock, of course, is our title sponsor for this buildathon. And if you are building anything in decentralized AI space or just crypto AI in general, feel free to register and join our buildathon. We have a lot of like bounties and reward that are listed for this buildathon, and also like the submission deadline for this buildathon is on June 24th, which is approaching in 2 weeks. So if you are building something amazing or thinking about starting a exciting project in the crypto AI space, you should definitely register and join us at this buildathon. And so for today's workshop, we have Tim from Flock, and we will have Tim do this workshop. But before that, Tim, can you introduce yourself a little bit and then like start your workshop?
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Jen, and thanks Aspacta team for the invitation. So, hello guys, my name is Tim. So, I'm currently the head of dev rel for Flock. So, my background is slightly not very AI, but related to AI. So, I studied computation. So that's why I got into this space, decentralized AI, or I think the better word is decentralized machine learning. Yeah, so today I will be delivering a workshop on top of our bounty. So what I'm gonna go through is explaining our tech stack, the decentralized AI training platform. So this is the old version of the PowerPoint. Just want to apologize on that. So I haven't received the new version, but so we just recently rebrand the whole decentralized AI training platform to AI Arena. Yeah, and then I will go through some of the website explanation, and then lastly, we'll go through the bounties. Yeah, I think I can just kick off, right? Yeah. Yeah, so let's get started with some of the introduction into our tech stack. Let me quickly. Yeah. Yeah, so when we talk about the Web3 and AI landscape, we normally talk about four different categories. Decentralized computation, where you have Render Network, Akash Network, or Jensen representing these. And then you have the decentralized training on it's more on the validation of model performance, for example BitTensor or us, where we identify ourselves as a decentralized training platform in the sense of validating model performance through decentralized network. And then you have decentralized inference networks such as Rachel and Aura. Lastly, we have the application layer that Morpheus, OLAS, Zero X Scope fits in. So just want to talk about our motivation, why we want to build Flock as a project. So we see two main issues within the traditional AI space. The first of all is the centralized model access, as we know that OpenAI is not really open. You see all the red labeled country, they have a restricted access into the model. For example, Russia, majority of Africa, and also like Asia countries such as China and I think that's Laos or Vietnam. So we see that we want a more permissionless, trustless environment for model accessing. Especially that's something you can achieve by blockchain. The second part is community losing data ownership. As we all know that OpenAI train model on top of open web data, but who created these data or the data for training? It's us, every one of us in this room, but they are not rewarding us with the revenue. So they just use the data, scraping the data and train the model. Also, the salary for data labeler is very low, right? We know that's around $2 per hour, who spend a lot of work trying to build the foundation of the um, large language model, basically. So what Flock brings in is the two parts. So where we use blockchain as a traceable trace we use the traceability of blockchain to trace contribution, and then through that traceability we can incentivize people who participate in our network. For example, if you can participate by data, contributing your data, contributing your model, and contributing your computation. And then through that we can actually break down traditional machine learning processes into a community driven processes where it's no longer a centralized censorship or controlled by a centralized authority. It's controlled by the community where you can find your position within this process, such as and then help to build those models for specific use cases. For example, whether it's going to be crypto transaction agent, AI companies, assistants, health monitor, or something like currently we do on the Bounty, a Farcaster chatbot. I think these are the things that we are looking at, right? Trying to build a community around machine learning process where I'll discuss a bit more in the later stage how you can participate into the network. But when you think is that blockchain is a foundation of changing working relationship, that's what we see. And then we want to apply this on top of traditional machine learning. So where we want to bring the openness, bring the trustless into the space. So a deeper segment into our tech stack. So we see two layers. One is the blockchain layer, as I just mentioned, where we use it as a staking. We use a staking mechanism for consensus, and then also through the staking and consensus mechanism, we incentivize user. So why staking? So staking help us to create a relationship between the network and the user. So where once you stake in, you have a financial relationship, you want to act honest. Otherwise, you'll get slashed. So there's a direct financial relationship here to prevent syllabus attack or prevent dishonors. And then we have the AI layer, which in responsible for task creation, model training, validation, and also serving the model for the future. So where we do have an in-house developed special mechanism called single node training, so where all the training is done by individuals on their local machine, or you can now use decentralized cloud services providers such as Akash, or you can also use traditional like cloud service provider like GCP, AWS. It's more depending on your needs. And then where you train the model, you submit your training loss to the blockchain, and the validator will retrieve the training loss and validate on top of your model. So then we create a positive life cycle of model training and validation. So and in the end it will go into our ranking board to access whose model is actually better. So within our network we see four different players where we have the task creator who define the desired model. So currently on a private beta phase we only allows us Flock to create the model, to create the task, sorry. And then we have the training node who develop or fine tune models by depending on the tasks. And then we have the validator who um, validate the result being submitted by the model trainer. And then we have the end user who's gonna use the model. Yeah. So currently we are just rolling in our private beta stage. So we are doing a very small round of training. So if you are interested in participating in our bounty, please do ping me. I think I can find a place to post our form for you to register. And then we'll probably do a 2 days registration period. So once that is done, I will send it to our development team to approve. And then we are also building a federated learning module. I think that's gonna be coming out in the next 2 weeks. So why we are building this federated learning module is that we originally started off as a federated learning with blockchain, so where it's represented in our name, Flock. So FL represents for federated learning, and then blockchain. We want to use this decentralized AI training platform as a foundation platform for foundation model. So that foundation model can be used in the next phase, the federated learning module for privacy data training. So and then by the end of the month, we will have our white paper live, and then Q3 we will be looking on opening up the task creation function for everyone to use. Um, yeah, so this is the QR code basically for the to get the whitelist to train the model. So if you want to participate bounties on our first bounty and the second bounty, the top 10 performance, please do scan this QR code to register on our form. Yeah, so this is a brief introduction into our network and the technical breakdowns. So next, I will do a showcase on our basically our website and also our Git repository. Just let me clear that. Yeah. So first of all, I want to introduce our bounty. So this time, Flock has three bounty. So the first one had a mistake, Jen. Please do help me to update that. So the first bounty is relating to how to deploy our training node service or validator node service on a decentralized computation platform or traditional cloud service platform. You need to provide a solution and also running evidence to show that you've ran your training node or validator nodes on top of these cloud services and provide a detailed guide towards that. For example, you can check our Akash guide as an example. The second one is currently we have task five as training tasks. If you are scored on the top 10 of the ranking board, you will get 100 each. And then lastly is relating to our internal co-creation platform, the RAG, retrieval augmented generation, where we have this API for chatbot. We want to see innovative application or decentralized application built on top of our RAG chatbot API. So these are the three bounties we are releasing this time. Then I will just quickly showcase where how you're gonna get your useful information. So first of all, you want to come into our documentation. So it's docs.flock.io. So we have two parts. The first part is the AI arena underneath the Flock product. You will need to go through your requirements where please do look on where you have a Web3 wallet FML token. So we do airdrop 100 FML token from once you get whitelisted, and then you need, of course, then you need to be able to you need to have your whitelisted address, and then also some of the base Subfolia ETH. So currently we are doing our testnet on base Subfolia. Next, you can go through, please do not go through delegator guide. Currently, delegator function is under construction. We are revamping the whole delegator function. What you want to do is one is the training node guide. You want to go through that, but I will also do a showcase on how to run training node on your local machine. And then we have the tutorial on how to run one line full automation. And then we have the validator guide here as well, showcasing you how to run validator. Similarly, we have this video to teach you how to run validator 101. And if you want to go for the last bounty, the API application track, you want to come into AI co-creation platform, where we have the no, sorry, not this one. You want to come here to the AI co-creation platform subsection, where we have this model API guide. You can try to copy and paste the code. So what you want to do is you first want to come to beta beta.flock.io. So and then you need to complete all the social tasks in order to grant you the access to build the model, and then you can come back in to create your new model, and then you want to follow the guide from our documentation. So I have two guides, tutorials. One is relating to Discord bot. The other one is for Farcaster frames. So I believe those two guides can help you to give you a brief idea of how you can implement our model API to a specific use case. Sorry. Next, I will be running through a short description on our training.flock.io platform. So, so when you come into training.flock.io, so this is our main AI arena access. You can see we currently have 5 tasks. So submit your your you want to submit your model result on for last the fifth one, so the task ID 5, that's the newest one. So where it's also the longest date opening throughout the time. Next up is so once you have 100 FML, you want to come in. So do not select delegator, please. Do not select delegator, because if you select delegator, you will not be able to participate as a training node or validator node. That therefore you should also not participate as a validator, because this time we only access on training node. So if you come into training node, select the task. So for example, I'm just gonna showcase. So you only need to take 10 FML as the minimal, and then you can just stake it. All right. I think we do have a certain issue at the moment. Just give me a sec. Yeah, I'm just gonna change the network. Base of Folia. Think. Yeah. Let me just begin. So once you stake, you will be able to see this task 5. So you are now a training node for task 5. Um, if you follow our tutorial guides, the other thing you want to go for is the our testnet training guide. So we in our Git repository, we have this testnet training node quick start. So we give you a steady guideline to set up your environment, and also help you to run your first training task. For example, here where you can just run the full automation to do a test run. But if you want to score a better training loss, for example, here if you go to the dashboard, you'll be able to see the ranking board. So currently there are people participating already. So if you want to score a better training loss score, you will need to build your own data set and use your own data set to train the model. So because I'm currently sitting on a MacBook, so I won't be able to do it. We suggest people to use machines around having the settings of 40 theories um, I think it's a GTX 40 series with 24 gig Gs of V memory. But you can also use something like 4070 Ti or 4080 for smaller models. We currently, with the full automation script, we run 5 different models. So Q1 0.8 billion, and then Q1 1.5 billion, Q1 um, 7 billion, Gemma 2 billion, and Gemma 7 billion. So with the full automation script, you will automatically run those model. But if you want, obviously, if you want a better score or better model performance, you will need a stronger graphic card. But good news is that we do have a collaboration with Akash Network, where you can directly deploy a Flock training node on Akash Network on their template. Yeah, that's pretty much about the workshop. I'm here. So now is the Q&A session. So we do have a Q&A session, right, Jen?
Yes, we do have a Q&A session. But actually, it will be the best if you can walk people through the whole training process, because I think a lot of them are coming here to, basically learn about how to actually, how to train a model on Flock. But as you mentioned, like Mac doesn't really work, but if you have a video that showcases how people can basically train the model, it will be the
All right. I can do a quite I can mute the video and then I can explain on the way how that works. Sorry, let me just pull out the video. Maybe this one. Yeah. Yeah. So I do have a video recorded here. So this so I just want to like kind of raise the spec. So I'm sitting on a 4070 Ti for this video where it's running in WSL Ubuntu. So where I think I can quickly just skip the first part. So, so obviously the first thing you want to do is to clone the repository to local, and then after complete the repository clone, you will want to set up your environment. So here we do suggest use Linux or Linux type of operation to help you ease out a lot of trouble when you install Conda and the Torch, because with Windows, when you install Torch, CUDA is not installed automatically, but with Linux, it does some special magic when you install Torch. So and then let's pause it here. So you see this command. So you have the task ID, Flock API key, and then Hugging Face token, and then also your Hugging Face username. So these are the four key um, variables you want to have when you run this full automation script. So the task ID is basically 5. It will not change. We would like you to test on the task 5, and then for Flock API, I will just directly run a showcase. So once you get whitelisted and also connected to your wallet, you underneath your wallet here, you will see an API tab. So if you have not, so for all the newcomers, you will see a create new API key over here, and then you simply just need to copy the API key and then sub into the command line. So let's carry on. So here I set up the whole Conda environment by calling the create training node, creating a new training node virtual environment, and then activating it. Lastly, we want to install all the requirements. So we do have everything set up and prepped for you to install. All you need to do is just follow the commands over here to set up your environment. So currently, just stats. So with people who has a background in Python or setting up Conda, the guide should be very easy and straightforward. Um, if you do not have a background in Python or model training, there will be some hard time installing and Conda, but the whole experience was running our training script shouldn't be that hard. We tried our best to ease out a lot of trouble when trying to run it, because you don't need to actually set up your parameter. You don't need to set up your hyperparameter, and then all you need to do is the four factor, four variable, your task ID, your API key, and then here your Hugging Face. So once you log in, on your left hand side, this will be your Hugging Face username, and then for your access token, simply go to your settings, and then you will see the access token, and then you can create a new one, or you can use your existing one. It can be just only a read access. We're just gonna use your Hugging Face as a Git repo to upload all the models after training, and then you can just place it into the command line as I did here in the video. So you can see here we also have this CUDA visible device. So if you have multiple graphic card, you can actually run multiple tasks on different graphic card parallelly. And then all you do is just simply run this command. You'll see here we have Q1 0.5 and then Q1 1.8. Apologies on the early mistake. And then I think it's Q1 7 billion. And then we also have Gemma 2 billion and Gemma 7 billion. So everything is presetted. So all you need to do is just run this command. To be very honest, it should be really straightforward. If you have any questions, you can ping me in this Discord, or you can find us in on our Discord to provide you support. Our team tech lead is on duty 24/7, same as me. Yeah. I hope this video brings you a more clear vision on how you can run the training node. And then because unfortunately I'm not back home at the moment. I'm on my business trip, so I can't show you directly on setting up the environment and run the training node. But this video definitely gonna help you to understand how you can set up your environment and run your training node. Yeah. Yeah, hope that's a clear answer to what you just asked, Jane.
Awesome. Yeah, and also can you share the link, the tutorial link, so that we can also post it on our Bounty page, so that people can follow along when they're trying
Yeah.
to train the model.
Yeah, 100%. I'll provide all the links, like the RAG API tutorial, and then also the training node tutorial, and the YouTube video to you after this session.
Awesome. And also, as Tim was mentioned, like their tech lead is on duty. So if you have any questions while doing your bounty for this buildathon, or building with Flock in the future, definitely stop by their Discord to ask any questions that you might have. And let's open the floor for any questions. Although I feel like my initial intention is to have people like try to train a model following the workshop. As we are unable to show the full process of how we can do the bounty of Flock today. I think what we can do is having those builders to try to train their models on their own by following the recorded video tutorial of Tim's. And let's see.
There's another thing. Sorry, Jane. I need to collect the address that who want to participate our bounty, because currently it's on a whitelist system.
I'll get it. Oh, actually, I saw someone asking the question of how to get whitelist.
Oh, is it? Yeah, yeah. Please, you can ping me. Please do text me, DM me regarding your with your address, so I will collect them in today. So by Wednesday, please do send me your address, and then I'm able to submit those address to our tech team for a fast track whitelist approval. Yeah, if you are interested in our bounty with training node and also yeah, only the training node bounty requires a whitelist. If you are looking to do the RAG API application, you don't need a whitelist on that. All you need to do is just complete the social tasks on beta.flock.io.
Okay. So actually, what I'm gonna do is I might do a Google form in our Buildathon or the bounty page to collect all the wallet address from people who want to do the training node bounty, and I'll send the addresses over.
Yeah, that would be great. I think that's a good idea.
Awesome. And yeah, let's open the floor for questions. So if you have any question, feel free to raise your hand. I'll bring you up as a speaker, or you can type the question directly in the chat box.
I think there are several people raising their hand.
I actually don't see people request to speak, but there are some people basically typing questions on the chat box.
Yeah, I'm just replying to them. Regarding
Awesome.
the opening of federated learning parts, we are currently doing internal testing. So on that, so I think we met some small issues we're trying to fix. And also regarding the question of AWS should work. If it's where in the sense of currently we do have a so when you deploy a Docker cluster on Akash network, everything runs fine. So if you are going for AWS working, you can probably create a guide and then go for the first bounty. Yeah. No, you don't get Akash credit for that. We do have a Akash guide already, so we don't need Akash anymore. What I can give some hint on the first bounty. I'm more looking into one is traditional cloud service provider like GCP, AWS, or Azure. Creating guide on those. So which means we unlock traditional Web 2 people into the space. um, and then also like like if you are familiar with Marlin or Saffron Network or like IO.net, you can use these as a foundation to create the guide as well. Um, Regarding how much does it usually cost to host the training node, I can tell you this. I recently just ran a training node testing for my other recording. I think one AKT I can host it for around 4 to 5 hours. So I think currently AKT is around $2. Yeah. So for a month it's gonna be $309 per month. Selecting on RTX A6000. That was the spec.
Okay, so if we're not getting any more questions, I'll publish all the links that Tim was mentioned, as well as all the instruction docs on how to run a training node or fulfill other bounties. Um, then so we should call it today for our workshop. If you have any more questions, feel free to ping me or join Flock's Discord to answer any questions you might have. Thank you, Tim, for hosting this workshop today for us.
Thank you very much, Jane. Yeah, thanks for the invitation. Have a good day, guys.
Right. Thanks, everyone, for attending today's workshop.